Now from the north shore of the Allegheny River, there's a beautiful look at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Tonight it's the first of 4 between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Two of the game's great sluggers, McCutchen and Rizzo, are next on the show. Jeff Locke will be on the mound for the series opener. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
Dexter Fowler heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
First of 4 here on this Monday night as the first pitch of the game is over for strike 1. Eric, we look at this Pirate ball club as they enter play here tonight. They come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
Well, guys, this is a power-heavy lineup. You need to stay patient and get balls up in the zone that they can drive.
Jason Hayward will stand in for the first time now, and he does so with 22 home runs on the ledger so far. Lock into the windup. First pitch on its way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. The rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Yeah, Rusty Valentine. What a great name. Besides that, he's known for being pretty spot on when it comes to calling pitches on the corners. If he misses one, it's usually up or down.
And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And just never could commit to the swing there, but he went around, and it's even now at 2-2. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Harrison has it on to first, and there are 2 down. And with that, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Chris Bryant gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. You got to figure that that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Hit sharply on the ground. Gloved by Harrison. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. It's the Cubs 0, Pirates coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. John Lackey gets the call for game 1 of the series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year. Been very dependable, thrown deep into a lot of ball games. He's looking to do the same in this one.
Getting ready now is Starling Marte to lead things off in the home half of inning number 1.
Number 6, left fielder, Starling Marte.
And he takes ball 1. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
And they've got the division title in their back pocket already. Now it's just a matter of playing for the seeding and maybe getting a few of your guys a day off or 2 before the real fun begins.
And reined in 1 away. And here's how Clint Hurdle set his Pirates lineup for this one. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, there's no doubt they really need Andrew McCutchen to get back on track. He's hitting near the Mendoza line in his last 10 ball games and really having trouble getting anything positive going at the plate.
Settling in now, Gregory Polanco. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Hit out towards second. Zobrist is there. Throw to first gets him, and Lackey looks to be in control here. There are 2 away. With a moment now, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, when you talk about one of the most athletic shortstops in all of the game, Addison Russell comes to mind. He's got a great throwing arm and possesses awesome range. Can go either direction. And besides that, he carries with him some very soft hands. Just a joy to watch.
First offering on its way. Hit well on the ground to first. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. Second inning coming up from PNC Park with no score. Anthony Rizzo will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, guys, he's really been scuffling lately, hitting under 250 over his last 10 games. So he's going to be looking to turn this thing around sometime soon.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Marte is under it. And that's the first out of the inning.
And this is one of those guys that throws what you'd call a heavy sinker. Normally he's going to get a lot of ground balls, but he leaves this one up in the zone. And I think he's lucky that this ball didn't get hit farther than it did.
Addison Russell will stand in now. He homered in the ball game last night.
Well, you're right. His last game was excellent, but he just keeps adding to those numbers. Over his last 10 games, he's been hitting over 350. I'll take that anytime.
Fly ball heading for the alley. Polanco on the run, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Well, you talk about being locked in at the plate right now. That is 10 straight games with a base hit now, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how long he can keep this thing going.
Here's now. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Hit in the air to straightaway center. McCutchen is under it. He makes the catch, and tagging is the runner from second. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, this ball's hit high enough that he can go back and tag at second base. So that's a good job of moving up the extra 90 feet now with 2 outs.
Jorge Soler will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. Lock sets. Here comes the first pitch. Into the seats, 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. No score here as we play inning number 2. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
When a pitcher's close to getting through a quick inning, this is where you really need to grind out your at-bats, especially as a bottom-of-the-order guy. So this is a good job so far.
And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk with the runner still at third.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
David Ross gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. And he offers at the circle change and misses 0-1.
And that's what he needed here with 2 outs. He couldn't afford to fall behind another guy here in the inning, so that's a good job to jump in that driver's seat with strike 1.
Now the 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Jung-Ho Kang will stride in. He did his part yesterday afternoon as he came through with 3 hits in the losing effort.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball 1.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Right over the top here with the 4-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Cervelli.
Stepping in now, Francisco Cervelli. Hit hard up the middle. Gloved by Russell. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, with a good hitter up there, the shortstop's playing the pole here. So he's got a lot of room to cover if he wants to get to that ball up the middle. That's nice range right there to make the stop and then a good throw.
Here's John Jaso now. As this is grounded foul off to the left, it's strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Rips this one to first. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. A strong inning that time out of John Lackey. Still nothing. John Lackey set to lead off the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Well, you know it's always a tough inning when your pitcher leads off for you because most of the time the guys just flat out can't hit. But who knows? Maybe he can get something started here and help himself out.
Locke has his target. Here's the 0-1. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
And that's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. I mean, that couldn't have been an easy take.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
High pop-up. Jaso is camped under this one. One gone.
Well, always nice to get the inning started against the pitcher, and he sets him down easily for the first out of the third.
Dexter Fowler will get a second crack at it here. He flied out to lead off the ball game.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Oh, and he's sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Oh, that's what you call getting in tight with the fastball.
And they set up away with the fastball, but it misses. 3-1. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
Grounded down the third baseline. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. So a one-out base hit has him aboard here in the third, and that seems as good a time as any to check out our league leaderboard in hits.
Well, it's just business as usual for him, Matt. He leads the National League in that category, and he's just been punishing mistakes at the plate. Been impressive to watch him swing the bat so far this year. He's got another nice game on his hands in this one.
He's set. Here it comes. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. There's Harrison for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Josh Harrison will come in the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
They're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Hayward. He's got it 1 away.
Boy, they are just making life easy for this guy. Swinging on the first pitch of the inning, pretty routine fly ball. It's been a cakewalk here early on.
Number 13 will come forward now, back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a fastball, a bit too low here. It's ball one. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Here it comes on 1-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Soler. 2 down.
If these guys want to keep hitting fly balls, I think he'll be happy with that. Especially when it's the guys down near the bottom of the lineup.
Jeff Locke will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Can't connect there on the breaking ball. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Frozen on the fastball. Never had a chance, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Chris Bryant is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball one. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
1-0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed. 1-1. Oh, shaking his head on that knuckle curve. 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. And the fastball misses high and away there. It's full. 3-2.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Anthony Rizzo Will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Back to the mound and off his leg. But he is able to recover as he gets the out at first. One away now. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Addison Russell. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Down the third baseline. Backhanded. Throw in time at first for out number 2. And he is in there.
And that's what the two-seam fastball will do for you. Running away, not just for strikeouts. Here he gets him to hit it on the ground for an easy out.
Ben Zobrist is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And here's one that misses to the Chicago second baseman. It's a ball and a strike. Hard at attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Line toward right center. And the Cubs are going to strike first here. It's a base hit, and they have taken a 1-0 lead.
And nothing gains momentum more than a 2-strike, 2-out RBI. He just stays with his ball nicely. That'll fire up the whole dugout.
Jorge Soler steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy. And it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is.
That's a ball.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch on 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
The 2-2 pitch. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
A runner on first with 2 away. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Second walk here in the 4th inning. I mean, that's too many against this bunch. It doesn't look like he and his catcher are on the same page right now.
David Ross gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Two down, runners at first and second. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. That's popped up out towards short right field. And now Harrison will look this one in to retire the side. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Cubs lead it 1-0. Starling Marte will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
And still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
In there at the knees, strike 1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
Hot shot on the ground is short. Played on the backhand. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
The right fielder, number 25.
And these two teams right back at it tomorrow night. We'll have coverage of Game 2 of the series in high definition on the show as you get a look there at the 2 starters scheduled to oppose one another. Stepping in, Gregory Polanco. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Lackey gets the sign. First pitch on the way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
1 out, nobody on. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Polanco around first, heading for second now. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. And he is in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And that's their first hit of the ball game right there. It may just lead to their first run as well. You can see he's got 3 on his mind from the very outset. And that's the first ray of light his guys have seen all game long.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. 1 out and a runner on third. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Any thought to bringing the infield in here with 1 away?
Still a little early in my book. A run you can live with. What you don't want to do is let this snowball into a big inning.
Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Has to be thinking strikeout here. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
And here, I mean, if this is a high chopper to short, it's an RBI. If it's a lazy fly to right, it's an RBI. Point is, you've got to put the ball in play with a runner on third and one out. That's just basic execution that's lacking right there.
Into the box now, Jung-Ho Kang. Drilled on the ground to short. Russell has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but not much problem over there at first, as that will end the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. John Lackey will come forward now to start things out against his opposite number. And these two have matched each other pitch for pitch here through the first half or so of this ball game.
Yeah, I think we had an idea runs might be hard to come by. Maybe not this hard to come by, but both of these guys have been just about flawless so far.
Locke gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball one. The pitch count there. One pitch into his fifth inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
To 2-2 now.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2. Dexter Fowler is on deck. And he misses with it. Ball four. And a terrible start to the inning as he's walked the pitcher leading things off.
If you're looking for a good way to add to a one-run lead, a leadoff walk never hurts. Let's see how they want to play this from here.
Dexter Fowler will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
That evens it up, 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
Well, sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
And boy, that misses as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound, and this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. He's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
Jason Hayward will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Looking to keep this a one-run game. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike.
And with 2 walks in the inning already, he can't afford to fall behind anybody else if he wants to stay in the game.
1 run on 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Oh, he pulls the string on the circle change. 1-2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And this is swung on and missed, and Hayward is gone on strikes, and there's 1 away.
And we're going to check out that sequence right here on Show Track. The first 3 pitches all going to be down in the strike zone. So you've got the guy thinking he's going to see something else down around the knees. But that's when they change things up and change the eye level of the hitter, and they get that last pitch by him right at the letters.
Chris Bryant digs in. He reached on a walk his last time up and later came around to score. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a liner, but foul. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Boy, things are going from bad to worse so far. He's looking completely lost up there.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. And you can see both guys bringing it pretty good in this one. 95 on one hand, 92 on the other. Anthony Rizzo digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
First pitch of the at-bat. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Two men are on with 2 men out. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. On the ground to the left side. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Boy, and with 2 away, that pitcher's probably 3/4 of the way back into the dugout. But then, not so fast. He's going to have to come back and do some more work now.
Here's Addison Russell. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
You get the sense he's starting to panic a little bit out there. He's not following through on any of his deliveries, and some of his pitches aren't all that close to the strike zone.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. And this could be trouble now. It's 3-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
This is line to left. Oh, and this kicks right off of him. 1 run scores. The throw home. And not in time as the second run scores.
Boy, and that was some kind of effort out there. Here's a look at it. He's charging in hard, and this ball just kicks off his glove right there. This is going to be a base hit all the way, but it was nearly a super play.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he gets under the first pitch and sends a fly ball out toward right field. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on just 1 hit in the inning, 1 error, and 2 left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Pirates nothing. Francisco Cervelli will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Squared that one up just a little late. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hit hard, but right into the shift. Zobrist has it. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting.
A little bit over halfway home tonight. Bottom of the 5th as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just 1 hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. John Jaso stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is 1 big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
Yeah, and guys, there's a look at his line through the first few innings. Pretty dominant so far. Just the second hit he's allowed tonight, but all. So we'll see if he can get out of this inning as well.
Josh Harrison is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. To short, hit hard. Russell's got it. To second for one. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. Bucks go down quietly. Still down 3-0. Juan Nicasio will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 12, Juan Nicasio.
Jorge Soler steps in here to lead off the 6th as the rain continues to fall here.
Well, I'm glad I'm up in this cozy booth with you guys because it kind of looks pretty miserable down there to me.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
And he pumps the fastball by him here, 1-2 now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
Well, let's get you a shot of this reaction at the plate and show motion. Do you think he agreed with the call? I don't think he did.
Standing in now, David Ross. As he'll take a look at ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. That one's going to find the seats, strike 1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And very little resistance there as he's retired on a half-hearted swing, and there are 2 away.
I know my job here is to be an analyst and to try and add some insight to what's happening on the field, but folks, words cannot describe how badly he got pulled on that pitch. I'm not even going to try.
Into the box, John Lackey. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here, no balls and a strike. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Number 13 will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will as it heads to the corner. A fair ball. And he will get in there with his first big league hit, a double. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Number 13 has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer. And as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well. And in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like. But there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Cut fastball taken for strike one. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Lackey comes set, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. And another foul ball. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. Bryant is up with it. A quick out number 1.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Starling Marte will stand in again. Couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
And I wish more guys would pitch like this. I mean, look at that pitch count right there. That is really low for this stage of the game, and it's because he's throwing strikes and challenging guys.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Now a swing and a ball foul tipped straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
And I'll tell you what, a 3-0 lead with the way this guy's throwing must look like a 10-0 lead to these guys. I mean, they just haven't been able to solve him at all so far.
Gregory Polanco steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. From the stretch. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Rizzo is there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Dexter Fowler will be the one to lead it off when we come back. It's the Cubs 3 and the Pirates nothing. Back here in Pittsburgh, getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Yoervis Medina is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Yoervis Medina.
And there is Dexter Fowler. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. And some action now in the Pirates bullpen. They've got a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Yeah, and you know, this is a spot where you just have to make him bring the ball down. It's very difficult to do anything positive when it's up that high.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And tough fastball to lay off on 1-2, but he did, and it's 2-2 now. And this is popped high in the air back behind short. Number 13 retreats to the outfield grass, and he has it for out number 1.
And here's that swing again. This is in show motion. And You'll see that that's a few inches above the thumbs. He'll be feeling that one all night long.
Here's Jason Hayward now. And no swing, apparently. Ball one. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Well, he's looking like he's a little too amped up out there. He's got to channel that a little more because that pitch wasn't that close.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Harrison's got it. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Here comes the first pitch. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he takes this one high, 1-1.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone because a few inches lower, and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and on 1 and 2, when you know the guy at the plate needs to protect, that's a great spot for that curveball. A lot of guys, they would have gone fishing for that.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Bryant around first, heading for second. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Certainly in this streak, he's had a lot of those opportunities come late in ball games, but he extends it again with another clutch base hit.
And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
Yeah, they decide they don't even want to mess around with this guy. With his track record, it's hard to say you blame him. Let somebody else beat you.
Addison Russell gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
First delivery to him on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. High and deep to center field. McCutchen going back. Still going back. Gone! So a 3-run blast to deep center here. Number 22 on the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Jared Hughes will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. 3 runs already home here. Chop foul right at home plate. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Swing and a liner, but this will be a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But the Cubs do get 3 on the 3-run home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Cubs 6 and the Pirates nothing. Andrew McCutchen will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
And here's a breaking ball to start him out. Lackey's ahead 0-1. It appears safe to say now that that man right there has turned things around from his last start.
And it's a great sign, too, of exactly what you need to do. You have to have a short memory out there. But you're right. He's pitching with a lot more confidence in this outing.
And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Man, and you talk about a tale of 2 starts. He gave up 6 runs the last time he took the mound. Here, nothing. He's been in total control here virtually from pitch 1.
Jung Ho Gong will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And he falls behind 0-2. Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
What a difference 5 days can make. He's been a totally different pitcher out there compared to his last start. The command is much better. The pitches are much sharper. Even the body language tells me he's got things under control.
Francisco Cervelli will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0.
Boy, and Mother Nature is letting us have it right now. It's coming down harder than it has all night.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Jorge Soler comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. 1-2 as he chases the slider.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And now time is called as a beach ball has made its way out into left field here. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away as that just about got him.
Clearly no intent with 2 strikes, but you've got to make sure that pitch doesn't get away from you.
Full count now, 3-2. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Yeah, they went to the slider there on 3-2, and that's a pitch where you're really hoping a hitter will see fastball and swing through it. But it didn't work out that time, and he winds up losing him.
David Ross ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. Kyle Schwarber will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Kyle Schwarber.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
Nobody out, runner on first. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Pitcher number 41, John Lackey.
John Lackey steps in for a 4th plate appearance tonight, and why not? He's been in control all game.
Yeah, he's been in total control of this game, man. I see no reason to be going with anybody else out there on the mound right now.
Bunting here is Lackey, and he gets it down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
Oh, man, what a terrific play right there. That ball was rolling, and it stayed low, so he had to bend all the way over to make a barehanded grab, then a quick release, a nice throw to first in time to get the runner. You can expect to see that on highlight reels for a couple days at least now.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Now a sinker runs in on him a bit as he's got to step out of the way there. But one thing he's shown so far, he's not afraid to work inside.
Yeah, and with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
Grounded up the first baseline. Jasso takes it in. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
And with 2 guys in scoring position, that might not be exactly what he was hoping to do. But he will pick up 1 RBI for his efforts, and he does move the other runner to third now with 2 away.
Jason Hayward is in to try and get that second run of the inning across as he'll have a runner at third now with 2 away.
Yeah, 1 run's good, but you don't want to leave that guy stranded at third base. It'd be clutch right here if you could get him in somehow.
Liner towards second, and that is through into center field, a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's 8-0.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. In the pitching, the batting, the defense, the execution. Just draw a line through this one. This one's been an absolute disaster.
Chris Bryant gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 2 out with the man at first. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 8 and the Pirates nothing. Kyle Schwarber will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out.
Now catching, number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
John Jasso digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at-bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Hit sharply toward the right side. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. Shut out intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Josh Harrison will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips. And this is low, ball 1. Smoke toward third. Bryant's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting.
Time to take a look at our starter comparison to this point, and the telling numbers can be found on the left side of your screen. 0s in the run and earned run columns. Number 13 will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
And right now, these guys just need something to break their way. A blooper, a bunt, a hit by pitch. Something to get a base runner and give that guy something else to think about out there.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Hayward, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. And how about that? Number 13 has got himself his first big league round tripper. We'll have to wait and see how many more of these he can mount in his career, but for now I'm sure he's happy to say he's got his first.
Well, I think that any kid who's ever dreamed about playing this game dreams exactly this. Watching the ball disappear over the fence, then circling the bases in a big league ballpark. I'm sure he was practically floating as he jogged the bases. He'll be replaying that at-bat over and over. You know his phone's going to blow up. He's going to be calling his mom, his buddies. Everybody's going to be talking about this one.
David Freese will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 23, David Freese.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Lackey at an even 70 pitches now in the outing. Lackey looks in. 0-1 pitch on its way. To first. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. On to the 9th inning from PNC Park. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. Felipe Rivero will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Anthony Rizzo stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
Anthony Rizzo.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
And it's worth pointing out that they're burning through that bullpen here in game 1 of this series. That could have an effect on the rest of this week.
And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
Well, you've got the matchup you wanted, but that's not going to amount to much if he can't throw strikes.
Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, that's just some indecision there on 3-2.
Shortstop.
He's thinking, should I swing? You could just see him try and hold up, but by that point, he'd already broken the plane. That's an easy call.
Addison Russell will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts, let's take you back to inning number 7, and a big blow here as his 3-run home run accounted for perhaps the biggest blow of the ball game. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen.
That's a disappointing final at-bat there. You figure he probably won't get another shot at finishing off the cycle, but still a very good performance to say the least.
Ben Zobrist stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. First pitch on its way. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And the pitcher will just run over and take this one himself, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Starling Marte will start it off here in their half of the ninth, and no sign of a reliever. They're going to let him try to finish this one off.
Well, he's been brilliant so far, so why not see if he can take it the distance? It just doesn't happen these days very often.
Lays off 1-0. Outside with the breaking pitch, and he falls behind at 2-0.
Well, definitely not the way he wanted to start this ninth inning when he's looking for a complete game.
Lackey's ready. 2-0 on its way. 2-1 after the foul ball there. In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. A swinging bunt to the mound. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Gregory Polanco strides in, grounded out his last time through. And there's the fastball from Lackey, 0-1.
Yeah, he's still got that good movement on the two-seamer. He's been throwing it well all night long.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
Line to the right side, but good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Now, story of the ball game right there, and that's how it goes sometimes in baseball. The hard hit balls find gloves, and the little dribblers find holes.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1.
And even though on the mound he's had his way with him, this is a dangerous customer, so don't get to thinking you're bulletproof out there.
And that's too high, ball 2.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Drilled right back up the middle, and that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
Well, the toughest out in any ball game is always the very last one. These guys are still breathing, but it's going to take a few more of these to get back into contention.
Jung-Ho Kang will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing type hitters. But hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
Well, this inning looked to be almost over, but got a base hit, a pass ball. Now all it might take is another single to get him a run here after all.
1-0 count. Here it is. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now. Looks like he's not going to see anything here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They gave him 2 shots to see if he'd go out of the zone to try to chase. And after that, I'm thinking they should just put him on.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Green light here on 3-0.
Yeah, I want my run producer swinging the bat. If it's my number 7 hitter, probably not.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. And the count will be full. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch. Taken high and deep to right. Hayward going back on it. Gone! A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Number 13 for him on the year. As they cut the gap a bit, it's now an 8-3 ball game.
And I tell you, what's impressive about this swing in this weather, when it's this cold, you really got to get a hold of one if you're going to take it the other way in this ballpark. That's pretty darn impressive right there.
Francisco Cervelli will stand in to keep things going. And I don't know, Steve, is the comeback on?
Well, at the very least, I like that they're showing some character out there. You never want to go down without a fight, so they're going to make these final at-bats count.
Hit hard to second. On to first, and that is going to conclude the festivities here tonight.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he delivered more than once with runners in scoring position. Finished with 5 RBIs, and that was more than enough to lead his guys to victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 8-3. Good night from Pittsburgh.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victory.